Wednesday morning, 11:30 in the morning. Early birds. I'm just going to do a quick video for clusters. If you don't know what clusters are, we're going to make some. And I had some girls working on them in my group, so I thought, well, I could show you some clusters. Sure. So this is going to be a live impromptu uh, video, and if you are watching this at another time and you are bored, you can zip through it as fast as you want. And I will be talking to the people in the chat room. Hi, Brittany. And we're going to just play around a little bit here this morning. Uh, and then tonight, I am coming back on tonight on my regular stream time at 7 to do a haunted winter. Well, what are we going to do tonight? I think I wrote it down.
Here's what I found.
Oh, shoot. Siri, I don't need you. Bye. Goodbye. Sorry about that. So, anyway, we will be doing something. We're going to do Halloween prompts tonight. And the girls, which is Kathy and Colleen, they're going to be working on a Poe book. And I'm going to talk about that with you too. So I'm just going to wait for a few people to get in the room. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Leah. Kathy is getting her pedicure done, so she's not available. And but anyway, I'm trying to get my page up here so I can see your chat, because the regular monitor is like 3 feet away, and I have to squint. Hi, Terry. I'm here we go. I found it. There we go. Hi, everybody. So anyway, I've got lots of projects coming on. I came on to show you some clusters. They were posted in my Facebook group, and somebody was wanting a decision on which color to use. But on a cluster, I think you should use multicolors. So let me see who it was that posted their page. It might have been one of you guys. Was it one of you guys that had the fall page and was wanting to know about the clusters? My brain is about this long. My brain is that long. It sure is. What's a cluster? Oh, I'm so glad you asked, Harry. Oh, Brittany said her mom's coming over with a friend and they're going to do some crafts. Oh, and you'll have a 3-year-old. Well, you can do something with the 3-year-old, and I'll tell you what you can do. Get you just a little set of watercolors and a paintbrush, and she can paint. But if she doesn't do good with colors yet, you can just let her paint with the water brush on a piece of paper and let her get the paper wet. It's cute. I've seen kids do it. Hi, Sherry. So I have a jar of clusters, and I was looking for them just a few minutes ago, and I don't know what I've done with them. But a cluster is little tidbits of snippets that you cut, and you make a little bouquet. And I had them in a pickle jar. And dang it, I can't find my pickle jar. What did I do with that pickle jar? But I'm going to make several, so we'll get into that too. Um, that's crazy. I lost my pickle jar. It's probably right here in front of me. But anyway, we're going to wait for everybody to get in here. Yeah, that'll be good, Brittany. And of course, she might just sit in front of the TV and watch cartoons. You just never know what a 3-year-old will do. But but to start off with, you're going to cut up some little pieces of fabric and gather some things in your craft room. And I even have a cluster box started. I would assume I would have put it back where it should be. Now, come on, Beth. I should see it. What did I do with it? It's missing. Somebody stole my clusters. Somebody stole my clusters, and I guarantee you the box is with the pickle jar of clusters that are in it that I already made. How about that? And I swear, there they are. Found them. But I still don't see the pickle jar. But a cluster is just a few things that you put together, and then you sew it with a button on top or a bead or some kind of piece of jewelry you can glue. Oh, she's 4. Oh, yes, they do like to watercolor. Yes. So anyway, we're going to do that, and then some of the girls were going to make a Poe book tonight, and a Poe book is just another journal, but it's got a theme of Halloween. And I found this book in my stash over here. I was going to make something, and I haven't made anything yet, but I decomposed it by taking the pages out of it. So, good morning, Samantha. So anyway, this is a little book that I'm going to make, and I'm going to turn this into my Nevermore Poe book. And I'm going to cut this paper up to fit in here this way, and it'll be cut to size. So I've got to cut here and here. As soon as I find my paper cutter, I've lost everything today. I think I'm going to be a character in Peter Pan's group. I've just lost my marbles. And then we're going to do this Tuesday. So I've posted that in my Facebook group too. So so that's good. Everything's good. But I'm going to just cut up a few pieces of fabric, and then I'll make a cluster. And you can watch me. Terry found her marbles. Ah! I know what that means. We craft, for those of you that are new, and I think Samantha's new, we made painty papers using marbles, and you put your marbles in a box, and like a flat box lid, a 2-inch side, and put your paper down there, and you drop some paint in it, and then you put the marbles in and roll them back and forth, and the marbles make marks on your paper. And we like doing that. So anyway, when you cut up your snippets, your fabric, you don't have to cut them the same shape. You can cut them every which way, any way that you would like. And that's good for starters. And I thought this would be pretty. This would be pretty. And there's no right or wrong with doing this, okay? So yours doesn't have to be exactly like mine, okay? You don't have to be exact. Crafty Kitty still can't find her marbles. You don't have any left? Oh my goodness. I have had my coffee. I've had 1 cup. I'm working on my 2nd cup. And I swear, I know that pickle jar is just at my fingertips. What did I do with that cute pickle jar? You can't misplace a pickle jar. But you can also use neutral colors with your snippets. And you can use Rick Rack. That'll be pretty. I've got some other green and red Rick Rack. And sometimes a little piece of red in the background would be cute. And you can do punch flowers, punch outs. You can add brads and different kind of brads to your snippets. And beads. You can add some beads to your snippets. And I've got several different kinds of pins. And I buy these pins, well, I've ordered them online, and craft shops and sewing sections have them. Walmart has them too. But they're the pins that don't have that little spring in the end of it, so that your beads will go all the way around on the bottom part of the pin. And then when you pin it onto your snippet, you've got this part to pin with, and your beads are always on top. A cluster swap. Well, I'm going to put that on my to-do list, Brittany. Okay. I've got a punch. I thought a punch swap would be cute. And it's how many ever punches you can get in one envelope. And if you don't have a punch, we'll have to think of something that you could use in your stash to trade for punches. And I've got a lot of punch outs. I've got about 10, and I can punch all mine out and put them in an envelope. And we'll do a punch. We're going to do a punch, and then you want to do a swap trade, and we can do that too. Those are 2 things that we'll do. But right now, I'm winding up on a washi tape exchange that we just did, and as soon as I figure out the mailing delays on that, we'll talk about another swap. Okay, Brittany, thank you. But anyway, you can use beads on your cluster. Anything little. You can use different color of threads. You could make a tassel. You can use ribbon. Now I'm sticking to a fall theme today, so I'm putting these back in my box. And you could use little pieces of yarn, tie a bow. And I've got some already bows tied up with this neutral ribbon, and it looks really cute on top of the cluster. It fades in with it and doesn't, it shares the colors. It's a neutral. We'll get some of these out. You can use little bits of lace and different kinds of lace, just plain white ribbon. Here's a solid piece of ribbon, and then here's a little see-through ribbon. And you can use different colors of ivory. This is ivory lace, and this is cute to put on top of anything that's really bright, because the bright will come through the thingy-dingy. Okay, Terry. Oh, I thought maybe we would do a punch trade, but yes, you two can trade. You can do things too on your own. And then when we get it lined up, I'll announce it and stuff. So anyway, I'm going to use some of those because they're white. And You can use antique threads, and sometimes I use this to sew them together with. And it's old, and it's brittle, but it works okay. It'll hold a button. So I'll get some of that out and continue cutting up some more fabric. You could put little roses on them if you have anything like this. This will be cute on a cluster, and you could wrap it around the button. I'll get the white ones out today, and they're taped together. Let's see if I can undo it. So, but there's lots of things that you can do and put on that you find in your stash. Okay, mainly stuff in your stash. And of course, buttons are good. Get your button jar out, and you can use a variety of old-fashioned buttons. And you can even use beads. And if you want to sew a few just loose beads on, you could use glitter glue and stuff like that. What else do I have in here? I think that's enough out of this box for a moment. I'm going to continue to cut some of my swatches up, and then we'll put one together. And I like using different sizes and shapes of fabrics. It's a variety. Oh my gosh, guys. I did not know I was muted. I've been muted the whole time. You mean you haven't heard a word I've said? Oh my gosh. I'm going to get so many thumbs down on this video. It is not going to be funny. People are going to say, well, this girl's not doing anything. She's not even at the table. And I'm in here talking to you guys and walking around. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. Oh, what am I going to do? I'm so sorry. I got to repeat everything I've said. I muted accidentally when I clicked on my page to put me up on the screen and went live. I accidentally hit that little mute button on the corner. Oh, it wasn't the whole time. Well, I wonder how I got mute. I didn't mute it because I'm over here. Well, hi, Leanne. Hi, Janet. Can you hear me now? Is everything okay now? Thank you, Janet. I see some names I'm not familiar with. So hello, everybody. Hi, Colleen. Oh my gosh. Well, you know what? It's a good thing I'm not in it for the popularity club because I'm not. I don't care how many thumbs up or downs I get, and I don't care how many followers I have. I just want to have fun with you guys. Great. Okay. Well, anyway, we're making some clusters, and all you need is some material and some fabrics, and we're going to do fall ones. Oh my gosh, I am so embarrassed. Oh well, get over it, Beth. It's okay. So anyway, um, if you're just now tuning in and you want to speed through the boring parts, please do. I'm talking to the chat room, and they're trying to keep me straight. So I have had my coffee, and I'm on my second cup, and it's good. I'm just going to make some clusters. It was posted in my Facebook group that uh, somebody was having a hard time, I think, making a decision. Which fabric should I use? What do I do? Where am I going to put it? And it doesn't matter what colors they are. Your clusters could be a conglomeration of more than one color. And I use lace and buttons and ribbon and brads and bows, and it's just whatever you have in your stash. And I'm going to even try to use some roses today, these little wiry roses, if I can get them out of the package. So yeah. I don't know how I got muted unless I rolled the mouse by mistake when I got over here, but because I did I turned the monitor screen around to this side so I can see the picture and see that I'm in frame. So, well, you all know I'm a goofball, so I think it just sort of fits the description. I'm a corny goofball, and I admit it. I proudly admit it. So anyway, I'm doing an impromptu, and just going to stay on for a few minutes, and I will be doing my regular show tonight at 7 o'clock. And we will be doing I won't be doing the Poe book tonight, but Colleen and Kathy are going to be working on a Poe book, which is a Halloween journal, and it's just the fall. It's for fall. It's for Dee Dee Willingham is making one on her channel, and the girls are following her. And I think it's just a Halloween type of a booklet. You can make it as big as you want. And Brittany said, and then we're going to play a Halloween prompt game. And you all wrote down Halloween prompts. And you've been telling me I've got to add some words. And Cheryl wanted me to put nevermore on there. It has? Oh, well, that's good. Well, that's good to know. Thank you. That makes me feel a little bit better. So anyway, I've got about 26, 27, 28 prompts here, and that'll be enough for our prompt game tonight. Later on. So it's going to be spooky. So we'll try to make a spooky prompt page game. And then I'm going to do also a Poe book as soon as I get everything organized. And I found this book in my stash over here. It was just an old library book, and it's an encyclopedia, and it's B, but you probably can't even see the B anymore. It's real faint. Number 2. So I'm going to turn this into my little Poe book, and I'm going to put nevermore on the front of it. It's embossed, so I really like that. And so I'm going to cut some paper up and put in here for my Poe book, but I'm going to work on it on the side. And then somebody posted in the Facebook about clusters, and I have made clusters before. So I thought I'd come on for about an hour and show you all how I make my clusters. And I just go to my fabric closet and get me a bunch of little fabric and cut the edges off of everything. And they don't have to be straight. They don't have to be measured. They're not in any particular order. Some are going to be catty-cornered like this at a triangle, and some of them are going to be a triangle size. Some of them are going to be squared, and some of them are going to be all kinds of odd shapes. That's perfectly fine. That'll be fine on a cluster. So hi everybody coming in, and so that's what I'm doing today. What have you guys been working on? And I like this edging. I like the edge, the salvage edge. Yes, it adds character to it. So, what else can I tell you this morning? This is a Swiss dot, and you can feel the dots. You remember this type of fabric when you were a little girl? I do. Swiss dotted fabric. This is an antique piece of fabric. But the dots are raised. You can feel the dots, the texture. Let's see. She's been working on a journal. Oh, for your boyfriend. But I've been stuck on how to go forward with it. Oh, well, then do tell us where you're stuck with. We'll be glad to help you. But then, dear Julie put on a journal challenge for October. Is that the fabric one that Lisa's doing? I watched Lisa's video this morning. New ideas. Okay, Brittany, you need a little clipboard to hang up by your desk. We'll tell you right now. You need a little clipboard, and I have a pink one, and I have a to-do list. So write your ideas down. I've got 2 pages on here. We've done a lot. We have done a lot. And I've got UFOs on there too, which is in progress. And I highly recommend you get a clipboard and make a to-do list, so that way you won't forget what your ideas. Yes, I am going to show these when I'm done. Um, I have a pickle jar. I have a pickle jar that has clusters in them, and I can't find my pickle jar. I made some not too long ago. Okay, Teresa, I'll post some pictures for you, or I'll show you tonight too. So, what are you stuck on your boyfriend's journal? Is it got a theme? Are you just putting his favorite things in it? Uh, you want guy ideas? Uh, I bought Joe a Western coloring book, and it's got all Westerns in it. I don't know if he's into Westerns or not, but you can find guy stuff. Do you have a wallpaper book? Oh, Teresa's got a headache. I'm sorry, Teresa. Rest your eyes. Okay. Okay. Good, good, good. But I'm thinking things like, for example, a guy thing would be like a paintbrush instead of a guy paintbrush instead of a girl paintbrush. Does he do any kind of? You don't have a wallpaper, okay? Go to the nearest paint store, like Sherman Williams, and ask them if they have any wallpaper books that they're throwing out. They throw them out every month. You could make fabric pockets. Good, Cheryl. And I'm thinking pen pockets for pens, because guys like pens. I don't know what it is about Joe, but he will hoard a bucket of pens, ink pens from the bank, from insurances, from the doctor's offices. He hoards pens. He's got a pen fetish. Of course, Joe's got a fetish on everything because he's a collector. Yeah, old jeans, and use the back pocket of the jeans. That's right. And there's plenty of wallpaper books, and they have the manly themes in it, the hunting paper, and they have bears and animals and forest, and they have camping, that kind of era stuff. It doesn't have to be all flowers and fairies. So that would be good. Come on, guys. What would you put in a man art journal? What would you put in a man's journal, guys? Come on, let's make a list. Make a list. We'll get you fixed up. Get your pen and paper, Brittany, because everybody's going to be lining up here to helping you. Woohoo! I like this. And you can go to the secondhand store and find I think sometimes they have like a bin with free items in it, a free giveaway item. Yard sales, you could get clothes from yard sales. Well, there you go. Cheryl has some guy paper downloadable scrapbook. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you can use all kinds of paper. Cars, sticker cars. You got any guy stickers? Little boy sticker? Don't want to say little boy, but manly stickers, fish stickers. And go through a sports magazine, a fishing magazine. Go to the library and get you a fishing magazine. And there'd be all kinds of manly stuff in there. Okay, steampunk punk would work, yeah. There you go. We've got you warming up here. She's warming up. She's getting ready to take off. And just knowing that you made it for him, he'll love it. Um, go to the hardware section in your Dollar Tree, into the car area and hardware, and you might be able to find air fresheners, uh, stuff like that to put in your pockets. Anything flat, a deck of cards. Uh, we're going to give you so many ideas, you're going to have too much. Maps, yeah. Good idea, Janet. Maps. You could use a magnet, like the refrigerator magnets, something manly. And if you make it bulky, you could put all kinds of little gifts in it, or small items, like those rip ties, those plastic ties. I don't know, and bungee cords. Joe loves all that stuff. It could be like his little supply book. Okay, I think I got enough. Got enough of that. Um, let's see. Maybe some paper. Okay, let me put a snippet together now. I want to get my thread and put it on a needle. And I like to use a big embroidery needle of some sort. This one is sharp, and it's already ready, so that's good. So I start stacking my snippets, and I start layering. I don't match them up evenly. I make them cattywampus. If that's a word, I'm sure it's a word. Cattywampus. And you can use little strips. Now my middle is going to be right here is the middle. And that's my thumb. So I'm keeping the middle right there, and I'm letting things hang off of the edge. You can use a punch, a flower punch. You can use some lace. And I'm kind of got them layering out in a star fashion. And you just put down 3 or 4 things. I think a little bit of orange would look great right in here. And I turn them a quarter of a turn so that the corners will show. And then you got a little bit of orange under there. And this rickrack, oh, that's perfect right there. And then you take a little button. And I've got an old antique button, and it even has a chip in it. But that's okay. And then I take my needle. And I sew the button on. And it's not like it's a button that you're going to really use. So it doesn't have to be sewed on 100 million times. Just a couple times. And I've picked fall colors today, thinking that maybe if I make it, I might be able to use it tonight. And I thought it already had a knot on it. Nope, pulled it right through. Yeah, you could put flat baseball gum, flat baseball card gum. The candy is out now on the shelves. Tons of candy for Halloween. Your journal's gonna be so cute. Just keep the journal and give him a box of all this other stuff that we're telling you to put in the box. Hi, everybody that has came in. I know I was got flustered. I got flustered when I first got on here, and somehow I got muted. I muted myself, didn't even know it, and well, I was talking up a storm, and nobody could hear me. So I don't know what you got to hear and what you haven't heard. But it's okay. Well, maybe you can make 2. Normally, when I put a button in, I can go right up in that eyelet. And I don't know why I'm having so much hard time with it right now. So I've sewed this on twice. And now I'm going to stick my needle back up there, but under the button, and see what I can add on now. I can add this little bow. You could also glue it on. But since I've got my thread here, I'm going to run my needle up in the middle of that bow. So it'll go on there. And I had an idea of putting this rose on there. Oh, I could just wrap it around the button. I don't have to sew this on. It could just go around the button. And that's all I can see at this moment. But I like to do little handwork anyway, so it's fun. And then I'll tie this off on the back. And you can take and put refrigerator magnets on the back of these too and put them on the refrigerator. But I'm probably going to use it. Well, who knows where I'll use it. Okay, Devin. I'm just going to stay on for a moment to show how to do these clusters. And I'll be back on tonight. And I'll show them. I'll show them again. And so there's one little cluster. And I'm not finished with it yet. I got a few more things to put on it. I'm going to wrap my rose around the thread. And it'll be secure. And you can put it anywhere you want because it's on a wire, right? And I can stick the wire under there. Okay. We cut this off. So it's just little work. So you can see this brown, this green, a little orange, uh, and this striped one. That's 4. And then I've got the bow and the paper punch and one piece of lace and a button, a rose, and a piece of rickrack. Gotta feed them. I know. I know. Drive. Be careful. We'll see you after a while. I'll be on tonight. That's a good idea, Sherry. You could add photos to his junk journal. Photos of you. Oh yeah, I think that would be a good idea, Brittany. I wonder how I muted myself. I don't know, cause my computer's 3 feet away. I turned the monitor around to me, and I must have touched it by accident. That'll be good, Brittany. Oh, it'll be cute. You do good work, honey. You do very nice work. So anyway, I've got a little pen, and you can put colored theme buttons on your pen. It doesn't have to be. I just did random colors, and they're fine. I don't mind those colors on there, but you can be themed. Yeah, but is he still live with you, Dawn? Hi, Dawn. Hi, everybody that came in that I didn't get to say hi to. Josie and Joan. Hi. Does he still live at home, Dawn? If he does, he still eats. Unless he eats out. He probably eats out. So there's one, and I'm going to keep going. I have a brad, a gold brad, and it'll go right through the lace. Uh, you can easily put it through the lace, and it could go on the end of the lace or somewhere else on the lace, and it goes right through, and then you open the back of the brad, and there you have a brad on the on it too, and it just adds a little something something. I don't know how to describe it. Yeah, and he works. Okay, Dawn. Oh yeah, yeah. And she's the one that has 2 babies, and they're gorgeous. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna make another one. I'm just gonna do random, and this is a piece of fabric, and it's got a gold shiny to it. It's cotton, and it's vintage, and you can sort of see the shiny. It's not glittery, but it's got a halo to it. See if I can get you to see it. It's got a little something on the gold that makes it shiny. So I'm going to use that one, and I'll use this one, and I love this blue green on here, so I'm not going to try to cover it up. I'm going to pick that from my center, and I'm going to use this snippet. It's a snippet, little piece of green, and I don't care how big it is or what shape it is. It's okay. It's all good. It's all good. And this one's got a little birdie on it. Right there's a little birdie. So I want to use that. I think this orange looks good. And I'm going to cut it on the diagonal. You can rip it. You can rip the edges if you want that kind of look. And, you know, if it rips like that, that's okay. It will give it character. And it seems like the more tethered it is, the better it is. There's a butterfly. That looks like a butterfly too. There's a butterfly right there and a birdie right there. Woohoo! So I'm just going to take my scissors and cut this corner off because I want to see that bird right there. And I've got another piece of ribbon. And that rickrack was really good. I love that rickrack. Put that right there. And I got a big old brown button. I could put this punch there too. And it's done on some real neutral tan paper. And I'm going to put this button in the middle and find my needle. Oops, excuse me. And tie a knot. Yeah, it's nice when they call home. It's nice when they check in. The girls, Joe's got 2 daughters from a previous marriage, and I claim them. But they call, of course, they don't want to really chit chat too much with me, but they like to talk to me, but they like to talk to their dad. So they usually call him, and I tell them, I said, now, if you can't get a hold of your father, I said, call me because I probably have his phone and I probably know where he is. So they do. If they can't get a hold of me, and have you talked to Dad today? And I said, yeah, he's here. But he goes outside sometimes and leaves his phone in the kitchen, and he gets a lot of phone calls. He talks on the phone more than I do. Oh, don't poke yourself. Are you making some of these too? Josie, are you making some with me? Good. I don't want to make them by myself. So anyway, I'm knotting my thread on the back, and I'm going to cut that off. So, and I've got this corner right here that doesn't want to stay open, so I might have to wet it and do a little finger iron. If you wet it, it'll unwrap. It'll get that wrinkle out. I just used a wet finger. I'm like, oh, I'm turning into Laura Marie Jenkins. She spits on stuff. Oh no, I poked it when I hit the camera too. Oh goodness. Okay, now this little piece came off, and I really liked that little piece. So I'm just going to glue it. I'm just going to put a little tiny piece of tacky glue and glue it in, and it'll be fine. Just a tiny dot of glue. And if you don't have one of these things that stands your glue upside down, you're missing out. You're wasting time trying to shake your glue down. It stays down all the time. I paid an extra $2 for this bottle just so that I could have the lid. And it's worth every penny of it. Every single penny. There's your tip of the day. Yeah. And I also have some fall stuff. Let me get this. Look what I'm going to put this pin on it. I'm going to put this little pin on it. It's got clear beads. And it's called a bulb, like a light bulb safety pin, and it does not have that little wire at the end of it, so you can add beads, and it's really cute, like a little charm. You could put charms on here too. And that just gives a little character right there. And I've got this cute little flower brad. And I can put it in here. I might have to poke a hole, which is okay if you have to poke a hole. On my pokey tool. Where's your pokey tool? Pokey tool when you need it. I got an X-Acto knife. Poked a little hole. Put this little orange brad in. That'll be cute. See, that pulls the orange out around the button, the little orange that's showing the rest of the way. Here are the beads. And I'm going to put a bow on it. Somewhere, anywhere. And I'm just going to sort of put it on this side right there, and I'm just going to put a dot of glue right under it. You could put the bow on top, the button. It would be fine on top of the button. So I put a little dot of glue there and let that dry for just a few minutes. It's going to be cute. Look at that. There's a cluster. Now, if this is sticking off too far for you, you could trim that without any problem. You can use straight scissors, or I've got pinking shears just for fabric only, no material, no paper on these scissors. And if that's too long, I can just snip that right off, and even it up if you want an evenness. And there's more. I didn't even put a flower on that one. I don't know if I need it or not, but I got some other things. This is my little tub of fall stuff. And I've got some stickers, and I think I have some sequins. So you could add some fall items to your snippet. He'd be cute. Make a snippet around him and put him in the middle instead of the button. We'll do one. And there's acorns, pumpkins, and leaves, and 2 or 3 collars. Leaves. Sequins. Stickers would work if you want to do some stickers. If you want to make one for Halloween, I can show you how I do that. It's 3 o'clock somewhere. Have no idea why that 3 o'clock's in there. Yes, you could put them in your journals. You can put them on your art page. You can put them in anywhere you want to put them. You can make them as flat as you want. If you want to make them just out of paper and then put a flat sequin on it in the middle for the button part, you can make them flat enough if you need them really, really flat. You can make them out of paper. They don't have to be out of, I'm using material and fabric and lace and paper. I'm using upholstery material. I'm using lightweight material. I'm using netting, gauze, anything that you want to put on here. You can theme it. If you use the gauze, oh my gosh, I got a piece of gauze. If you use gauze, you can make a make a themed one like a mummy or something. It's rolling off my brain. Yes, you put them and use them in anything you want. But um, yes, but you could take a like this. I'm going to use this pumpkin right here, this first one, and I'm going to take that pumpkin and put it on the corner of this fabric right there, and see it. Oh, my button wasn't glued down yet. My bow wasn't glued down enough yet. It's still wet. But anyway, I've got a pumpkin on there. I've got a lot of action going on here. They are adorable. And they're easy to do. And I just used a bead box and put all my snippets in the bead box. In one of these little boxes like this. And it'll hold a lot, and you can sit on the couch and do this. Easy to do. And then you have fun sorting everything. I love to sort. I don't know what it is, but I love to sort. I can sort things. I can put all the collars together. And I've made some, and as soon as I find that pickle jar, dagnabbit, what did I do with that pickle jar? It's got to be right here. I'm probably overlooking it. And I had a whole jar of pickle jar of clusters in it. So yeah, that's what I've done with that. But you can use anything you want to put it together. Magazine clippings, punch outs. You could even use real. This is an artificial leaf. Let's make one with this. See what we can do. I'll put some green down. And I kind of want the leaf to show the points of it. So I might size my snippets down a little bit. And you'll see what I mean. Not make them so tall, long, but I love for them to be pointy out. And I'm just going around. I've got my thumb in the middle, and I'm going around in a circle with my snippets. And I can still use Rick Rack. I got more Rick Rack. I've got to go get some more Rick Rack. And this green is pretty. And I like this orange. And I'm going to pull my Rick Rack out and put it up on top so you can see it. But you see, everything is showing. Every one of those pieces are showing on a corner of somewhere. As you look around, you can see every piece. And as long as a little bit of that piece is underneath that middle where you're going to grab it with your needle, you can adjust. And if you need to pull one out a little bit further, as long as you got a little bit under where the needle is, you can pull it out a little bit so that it shows more. So I pulled that yellow one out a little bit further over here so I could see a little bit of it. And some of it's going to get covered up, and that's okay. But you could take a piece of this gauze and lay it on there. And if it's too white for you, just it's layered. It's got 2 layers, 3 layers. You could just do one little tiny layer, and that little bit of netting there is just perfect because you can see through it. Yes, I've got wooden buttons, and I've got you can use figurines. There's lots and lots of anything that is the right size and thickness. You can do it. You can do it. And let's see. it's endless. It's endless of all of the options that you can do. It's endless. There's no right or wrong. Well, you know what? That could be a possibility, but I don't think so. I think it's in this room, and I've put it in a where I can see it. I know I have. I've got buttons up there. I'm gonna look one more time. It's got to be close. It's got to be close. What did I do with that pickle jar? Pickle jar. If I were a pickle jar, where would I want to be sitting? It's close. It's looking at me and laughing right now. It's laughing at me. Laughing at me. I don't know. I don't know. I've cleaned and I've straightened up for 3 days. And I put it where I wouldn't forget it. But I wanted it to sit out because it's clear. And I found another jar that I'm going to put them all in here and sit this jar up on top of my shelves. And it's amazing. Just amazing. But anyway, we will continue because we're on another roll. So, yep, lots of texture here. Very interesting. But I made one that was all white. It was pretty. I just used white, anything that was white, fabric, paper, and lace, and ribbon, and a white button, and it was pretty. And I put some white snow glitter on it, on the corners of it. That was pretty, too. Pearls, white pearls. Well, I am just not holding my mouth right. Is that what it's called? I'm not holding my mouth right. Hi, Vicki. I'm just doing a little impromptu this morning. Not going to stay on for very long. I just wanted to do a couple of clusters. The girls were talking about it, and I wanted to show y'all how easy it is to do if you're into little crafty things. And I have a pickle jar full of clusters somewhere. Somewheres. But you can even sew seed beads on it too. I've done that too. As soon as I find my storage. So what have you been doing today? Well, thank you, Vicki. I don't know why. You missed it at the beginning of the show. I was on and I turned my monitor around so that I could see my big monitor, but I have my iPad here so I can see the chat. And somehow I muted myself. So I was sitting here jibber jabbering and talking to everybody, saying hi. And finally someone said, "We can't hear you. We see you, but we can't hear you." And I thought, oh my gosh, leave it to me. Let's see now. What do I want to do next? Um, don't know. Just hit a little blind spot. Now that is a cute little cluster, but to me, it needs a little bling. It needs something. It needs a bow or maybe a sequin. I can glue one of these guys down. See, it just sort of spices it up a little bit. See, that helps. And it's pretty flat. It's not real thick. The button is a wooden button, but you can put a sequence there, something flat there, if you want to put this in a journal and you want it a little bit flatter. Yeah, I've clicked them. Well, it's when you click on you click on their face, and then the chat banner comes up. I've done that before. So, hi, Gilly. We're making a few clusters, and I've already made some. Been on a couple of rabbit trails. There's another one here somewhere. So, and if you're really interested, this is something you can do too. You could do this and take your glue and just make a dot, a little dot. Just 3 little dots. And then you can take your glitter. If you're a glitter girl, I keep my glitter in salt and pepper shakers. And all I have to do is sprinkle directly over the dot. And a little bit gets on the paper, and that's okay. And then you're done with the glitter. Boom, it's already put up. No muss, no fuss. And your glitter will stick to the glue. Shake the glitter off. and let it dry, and you've got a little bit more sparkle on there. And then this glitter here, I take it and I put it in the garbage because glitter's not that expensive, and sometimes we have to go with speed, to get things done. We have to make it easy on ourselves. So that's just what we have to do. So there are 3 beautiful little clusters. And I wanted to make one with maybe an owl on it. So let me make one more. And we'll pick a wider base. Because this is going to be up on, I'm going to stack it and I'm going to put the owl on top. So I'm going to pick this guy. And I like the green Swiss dot. And I'm going to pick a stripe. It's cute. And I'm going to go ahead and pick some more of this gauze. I thought that was cute. And the gauze is wonderful because you can see through the gauze. It's, you can still see everything through the fabric. And I'm going to put a piece of ribbon. Oh, I don't want this one though because it's got pink on it. Nah, I got more ribbons. Oh, the yellow is pretty. Let's see. Oh, this orange. I love this orange. And I've got some more lace over here. I did not mute my button. It muted on its own. I'll have to look into that, guys. I saw that my mic was muted again, and it did it. It took over. My computer's getting spooky. I have a spooky computer. It said that my mic lost contact. Yeah, I do, Brittany. I got ghosts. So anyway, this was my invisible middle. This is where I laid everything, made sure everything was in the middle. Right there. So that's where I'm going to sew my knot. You can do this with glue and glue your layers as well. No harm in using glue, a dollop of glue. But I don't mind doing a little bit of handiwork. But glue would be easy to do if you didn't want to fool with your needle and thread. There wouldn't be anything wrong with it. Okay, so I got that sewed together, and that's my base, and it's very flat. So if I make this one up, I might be able to use it tonight in our prompt game. I have to add clusters to the prompt list. And then I still have, I could still put a button on it over here or something on the corner. It's like a little sequin, a button is. So you could still add your buttons, but I wanted to add this guy. And I even have, these are pretty too. Look at these buttons. Walmart. I like the little flower. I'm going to glue him down. And I can also take my thread and I can thread my button. That sounded funny. I'm going to take my thread and go through my buttonholes because this is a darning thread or embroidery thread. It's for tatting, actually, for lace. So I've got my button with my thread in it, and I'm going to tie a knot and make a bow. I'll make a bow, and I'll make a baby bow. It's a baby bow, real tiny. Yeah, flannel, plaid. So anyway, I'm going to make this bow really, really tiny and dainty. And if you take your bunny ears of your bow and tie them in a knot, then your bow won't come undone. And so if you get a little rough with your cluster, you don't have to worry about it coming untied. And I'm going to just do a dollop of glue right there, and I'm using tacky glue. And I'm going to put it on the corner right over here. I'm going to go ahead and take the stickers off of my owl, and I'm going to go ahead and put a dollop of glue on there, just on his body for good measure. Now look how stinking cute that is. That's going to be tonight's cluster for my page. Yeah, it did, Brittany. It disconnected my mic. It said it couldn't find it. Well, I was connected before. Why did it unconnect me? Not like I'm touching it. And maybe I was buffering. So, yeah. Okay. Well, I'm not going to stay on very much longer, Brittany. So I'll see you tonight. Okay. I just wanted to get you all started on these clusters. Cluster, 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 cluster. Snippets. I like snippets. So, that's really all I'm going to do. Hoot, hoot. So, I'm going to get off. It's 1 o'clock. I've been on for an hour and a half. That's enough. If I stay on all day, I'll be too tired for tonight. So now you know how to do little snippet clusters, and I only used scrappy stuff that I have in my house, in my room. I didn't buy a thing. You can use glitter glue too. If you've got glitter glue, you can make dots with glitter glue as well if you don't have the glitter part. And anymore, I think glitter glue is the go-to glitter for people because you don't have to have both. Okay, Cheryl, I'll see you later. So thanks for coming in and hanging out with me for a few minutes. And I think somebody else just came on. Kathy Arbor's on. So if you all want to learn how to do some drawing for beginners, she's doing some drawing techniques for you. If you want to watch Kathy Arbor, she's on YouTube streaming now. So, so I will see you guys tonight. Okay. Okay. Bye.